Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Cilinix Crypto. I hope you're all doing great, and welcome to this new video right here on XLM and Stellar. And first of all, I want to apologize. All right, I don't want to apologize for any analysis I did, because ultimately it's moving. Well, it moved a little bit lower than expected, honestly, right here at the end of August. But ultimately, we expected a bounce, and we have gotten a bounce. And at this point of time, XLM looks quite good. However, it's been a while since I covered XLM. All right, and I try to keep you updated as well as I can on XLM. But I feel like this update is a little bit late, so my apologies for that. But hopefully, I'll be able to make it up to you. My apologies in this video. So let's get right into it. We're going to get a full, we're going to do a full update here on XLM. Wanted to talk about some fundamentals first. I mean, one of the main things back in July when XLM was incredibly strong, as most of you know, one of the main things that we looked at and that we said, oh, you know, we could actually rally here were the fundamentals, fundamental growth that we had over the course of May into June. Now, the fundamentals of XLM at this point of time are not bad, definitely not. However, there's also no major growth in them, right? So even though I think it's good to keep yourself updated on this, stablecoin market cap is increasing, but it's not necessarily increasing more than the markets. Fundamentals are good, but they're not a reason for me to expect a major rally here. Although I must say I am bullish on XLM. Yesterday we got this news. The SEC approves generic listing standards for ETFs, paving way for digital asset listings without explicit approval. This is interesting. I think this is one of the reasons why we've seen some momentum for these, these veteran coins such as Hedera, but also XLM. However, I still need to see some technical confirmation before I would say that this is going to cause XLM to rally. Now, XLM itself is doing fine, right? We've been able, look, what happened. What XLM was forming after that major move to the upsides in the middle of July was a consolidation, right? So we very early created some sort of a bottom right here around 38 and 37 cents. And we very early created the top right here at 45 cents. Let's keep it at that. It's a little bit higher, but okay. So what happened in August, and this happened for more cryptos, if you take a look at Hedera, for example, it looks almost completely similar, is we had a deviation below that range. It was low volume. We went into some sort of end of summer de-risking, and we dropped down below that. But ultimately, XLM has been able to reclaim the value area low and that support level that we had right here around 37 cents. So I think that's good news, right? Because purely in terms of technical structure, that means that at this point of time, we are still in a range, right? And the top of the range is this level right here between 45 and 46 cents. We have been able to reclaim the bottom of the range. Which way is it most likely that we're going to head then next? To the upside, right? Unless there's a reason to expect that that's not going to happen. But if I look at the total 3 right now, which is basically an index for altcoins, also if I look at the general financial markets, stock markets, if I take a look at Bitcoin, and if I take a look at XLM, which is gaining some momentum, right? We have actually, over the course of the last week, we've seen some moments where XLM and XRP had some specific strength, which is always interesting. So I don't see any reason why we would not rally up to the top of the range, or at least into that fair value gap right here at 43.5 cents. So that's what I expect at least. And then from there, we'll see again. I mean, honestly, news like we've had overnight can create a rally, but I don't see enough momentum for XLM right now, which normally you do see that, right? I mean, when we actually had this breakout back in July, we had so much momentum that you thought, all right, well, something is possible. And that's not the case right now, right? So I am bullish on XLM right here. I do expect to move up higher. However, we also have strong resistance here. And there's not enough momentum for me to say that we're going to break above 45 cents after that. If that makes sense. But those are my thoughts for now. That's what I think you need to know. If you do have any questions, let me know down in the comments. But for now, thank you for watching. Take care and bye.